Have you ever wondered how you would cope if you lost your spouse? Life can be unpredictable, and the loss of a partner can leave you feeling empty and directionless. But what if there were secrets to not just surviving but thriving after such a profound loss? Join us as we uncover the inspiring stories of 3 individuals who have navigated this difficult journey and share the most important lessons they've learned. Discover how you can find hope, independence, and happiness even after the most heartbreaking loss. Life in this world is unpredictable. You never know how far the person you love can accompany you. Miyazaki said life is like a train and everyone can only accompany you for part of the journey. When they have to get off, you should be grateful because they have spent wonderful times with you. If someone can accompany you throughout the journey, you should be even more grateful. Having a partner when you're young and when you're old is a blessing, but not all love can last a lifetime. Some partners leave this world early due to illness or disaster. When the spouse is gone, the house becomes empty as if life has lost its support. However, no matter how sad or painful it is, time does not stop for anyone, and the deceased will not come back to life. When your spouse dies, you have to heal yourself while living your life well. 3 experienced individuals share their personal stories to tell middle-aged and elderly friends that if your spouse leaves first, you must refuse to do 3 things to live a decent life in your later years. Doing so will make your later years comfortable and pleasant. 1. Immersing in excessive grief for too long. Imagine losing someone who has been by your side for most of your life. The loss is profound, and the memories can be both a comfort and a source of deep pain. Emily's story is one of heartbreak and resilience. At 67, she faced the unimaginable loss of her husband and found herself at a crossroads. How do you go on when the person you love most is gone? Emily's journey from despair to finding a new purpose in life is a testament to the human spirit's strength. Her story is not just about grief, but about rediscovering hope and learning to live again. Join us as we delve into her touching narrative and discover how even in the darkest times, there is a way to find light and meaning. Emily shared her experience, saying, "When I was 64, my husband passed away. Whenever I recall the time when he just left, I still find it hard to accept. During those days, I was like a walking corpse, feeling that life was meaningless. Many times I thought I might as well follow him. I often cried myself to sleep, especially at night when I couldn't sleep for whole nights. Looking at the wide double bed where now only I lay, it was inevitable to feel sad. But every time I looked at our old photos smiling so happily, I thought maybe I should persist a little longer. My husband wouldn't want me to live like this. No matter how sad I was, tears wouldn't bring him back, so I continued to be sad. Living well and letting him in another world feel at ease is what I should do." Emily's story illustrates the overwhelming grief that follows the loss of a spouse. Her initial reaction was one of utter devastation. She described herself as a walking corpse, barely able to function, with nights filled with sleeplessness and tears. The emptiness she felt was palpable, especially when faced with the physical reminders of her husband's absence, like the wide, empty bed they used to share. This kind of profound grief is something many can relate to, highlighting the universal nature of loss and the deep emotional scars it leaves behind. Despite her deep sorrow, Emily found a way to persevere. She realized that while her tears could not bring her husband back, living a life that honored his memory was something she could strive for. This realization marked the beginning of her journey toward healing. It was not an overnight transformation, but rather a gradual process of coming to terms with her loss and finding ways to move forward. Her story is a powerful reminder that even in the depths of despair, there is a glimmer of hope that can guide us toward a new path. One of the most significant steps in Emily's journey was her decision to focus on her own well-being. She understood that in order to honor her husband's memory, she needed to take care of herself. This meant eating well, trying to get better sleep, and finding small joys in everyday life. She also started to reach out to friends, seeking support and companionship. These practical steps were crucial in helping her slowly rebuild her life. It's a poignant reminder that self-care and mental health are vital, especially in times of profound grief. Emily's journey also underscores the importance of cherishing positive memories. She found comfort in looking at old photos and reminiscing about the happy times she and her husband shared. This act of cherishing memories served as a powerful tool for coping with her loss. It allowed her to honor her husband's memory while still moving forward with her own life. This balance between remembering the past and embracing the present is essential for healing and finding new sources of happiness. Living in the present and looking forward to the future were key elements of Emily's healing process. She learned that while it's natural to grieve and remember the past, it's equally important to find new sources of joy and purpose. This balance is crucial for living a fulfilling life, even after experiencing profound loss. Emily's ability to look forward and embrace new possibilities is a testament to her resilience and strength. Emily's story highlights the importance of resilience in the face of life's unexpected and painful changes. Her journey shows that it's possible to rebuild and find meaning even after a significant loss. This message is particularly important because it offers hope to those who are currently struggling with grief. It tells them that while the pain may never fully disappear, there is a path forward that includes joy and fulfillment. Moreover, Emily's experience emphasizes the significance of community and support systems. She found solace in the companionship of friends and the activities that brought her joy. This support network played a crucial role in her healing process. It's a reminder that reaching out and connecting with others can provide much-needed comfort and encouragement during difficult times. Emily also discovered the importance of maintaining a routine and staying active. She began to engage in activities that she enjoyed, such as strolling in the park and walking around the neighborhood. These simple actions helped her regain a sense of normalcy and purpose. They reminded her that life, despite its challenges, still held moments of beauty and joy. Her story is a testament to the healing power of time. As she gradually adjusted her mindset and regained her confidence, she found herself living a self-sufficient and strong life. Emily's ability to find joy in solitude and nurture her spiritual world is an inspiring example of how one can thrive even after a significant loss. Her journey shows that while grief may be overwhelming, it doesn't have to define the rest of your life. Emily's story is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. It teaches us about the importance of self-care, the healing power of memories, and the necessity of finding a balance between honoring the past and embracing the future. Her journey offers hope and practical advice for anyone facing the difficult process of grieving. She demonstrates that it's possible to rebuild a fulfilling life, even after experiencing profound loss. Her experience highlights the universal nature of grief and the deep emotional scars it leaves behind. Her journey from deep sorrow to finding a new purpose in life is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. It's a powerful reminder that even in the depths of despair, there is a glimmer of hope that can guide us toward a new path. Her story underscores the importance of self-care, mental health, and the healing power of memories. It encourages us to cherish the past while looking forward to the future, finding new sources of joy and purpose. Emily's journey offers hope and practical advice for anyone facing the difficult process of grieving, reminding us that it's possible to rebuild and find meaning even after a significant loss. Emily's transformation was not an easy one. She had to confront her deepest fears and the reality of a future without her partner. The process was filled with moments of doubt and overwhelming sadness. However, each small step she took was a victory, a move toward a life where she could smile again. This gradual progression shows that healing from grief is not about sudden changes, but about consistent, small efforts that eventually lead to significant transformations. As she moved through her grief, Emily began to explore new interests and hobbies. She took up painting, something she had always wanted to try but never had the time for. This creative outlet became a source of solace and joy, allowing her to express her emotions in a new and therapeutic way. Engaging in new activities can be a powerful method for those grieving, helping to fill the void left by their loved one with new experiences and passions. Connecting with her community also played a crucial role in Emily's healing. She started volunteering at a local shelter, giving her a sense of purpose and a way to contribute positively to others' lives. This act of giving back not only helped those in need, but also gave Emily a renewed sense of meaning and connection. Volunteering can be an effective way for those grieving to feel part of something bigger than themselves, fostering a sense of belonging and purpose. Emily's story also highlights the importance of professional help in the grieving process. She sought the guidance of a therapist who specialized in grief counseling. This professional support provided her with tools and strategies to manage her emotions and navigate her grief in a healthy way. Therapy can offer a safe space for individuals to express their feelings and work through their grief with the help of an experienced professional. Over time, Emily began to notice the small moments of joy in her life. The laughter of children in the park, the beauty of a sunset, or the simple pleasure of a good book. These moments reminded her that life, despite its challenges, still held beauty and happiness. Recognizing and appreciating these small joys can be a significant part of the healing process, helping to shift focus from pain to the positive aspects of life. Her journey also taught her the importance of patience. Healing from such a profound loss is not something that happens quickly. It takes time, and it's essential to be patient with oneself during this process. Emily learned to give herself grace and understanding, allowing herself to feel her emotions without judgment. This patience and self-compassion were vital in her journey toward healing. Emily's story is a testament to the power of human resilience and the capacity to find hope even in the darkest times. It's a reminder that while grief is a deeply personal experience, it is also a universal one, connecting us all in our shared humanity. Her journey shows that it's possible to rebuild and find meaning after a significant loss, offering hope and inspiration to others facing similar challenges. In the end, Emily's life after loss was not just about surviving but thriving. She built a new life that, while different from what she had before, was still rich with meaning and joy. Her story is a powerful example of the strength and resilience of the human spirit, showing that even after profound loss, there is always the potential for new beginnings and happiness. Emily's journey through grief and loss teaches us valuable lessons about the importance of self-care, community support, and finding new sources of joy and purpose. It shows that while the pain of losing a loved one may never fully disappear, it's possible to find a way forward that includes fulfillment and happiness. Her story is a beacon of hope for anyone navigating the difficult terrain of grief, reminding us that with time, patience, and support, we can find our way to a new and meaningful life. In the end, we found that her resilience and strength are a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and overcome even the most profound losses. Her story is not just about grief, but about the power of hope, the importance of self-care, and the ability to find new sources of joy and purpose. It's a powerful reminder that while we may never fully heal from the loss of a loved one, we can find a way to honor their memory while still embracing the future with hope and optimism. Emily's journey offers a roadmap for anyone facing the difficult process of grieving, showing that with time, patience, and support, it's possible to rebuild a fulfilling and meaningful life. 2. Over-relying on children for the rest of your life. Have you ever wondered what life is like for elderly parents living with their grown children? Do they find comfort and happiness, or does it lead to unexpected challenges and heartache? Today, we delve into the poignant journey of Mr. John Turner, a 70-year-old widower whose heartfelt story reveals powerful lessons about independence and finding true happiness in your golden years. Stay with us as we explore his experience and discover why sometimes the best company you can have is your own. Mr. Turner's story began with the tragic loss of his beloved wife, Mary. They had always imagined growing old together, but a sudden illness took her away, leaving him alone and adrift. Their home, once filled with laughter and shared memories, now echoed with silence. Their daughter, Emily, newly a mother herself, invited Mr. Turner to live with her and her husband, Michael. It seemed like the best solution at the time, John reflected. I was grieving and needed the support, and Emily needed help with the baby. It felt like a mutually beneficial arrangement. For the first few months, living together was comforting. John found solace in caring for his grandson, whom he saw as a continuation of Mary. He threw himself into helping with household chores and child-rearing, believing that his presence was easing the burdens of his daughter's young family. At first, I felt needed and appreciated, he said. I believed I was doing the right thing by dedicating myself to them. However, as time went by, subtle tensions began to surface. Emily and Michael initially provided him with some financial support, but eventually stopped, assuming his pension would suffice. It was a small thing, but it marked the beginning of many small frictions, John noted. His pension, though sufficient for one, wasn't enough to cover the expenses of a household of 4, and this led to uncomfortable discussions about money. Living together also brought out differences in lifestyle and values. John, having grown up in a different era, found it difficult to understand his daughter's spending habits and approach to child-rearing. I grew up saving every penny, preparing for the unexpected, he said. But Emily seemed to live day to day, shopping online and spending freely. These differences often led to arguments, with John feeling increasingly out of place and unappreciated. Over time, the disagreements and misunderstandings grew more frequent. John found himself on the receiving end of his daughter's impatience. I became that old man who talked too much and was too critical, he recalled sadly. It hurt to see how our relationship was deteriorating. The once warm and supportive household began to feel cold and uncomfortable, filled with unspoken tensions and resentments. One day, after another argument about money and household chores, John realized he could no longer live this way. I looked at Emily and Michael and saw that my presence had become a burden to them, he said. They needed me less as my grandson grew older, and I felt more like an intruder than a family member. It was then that John made the difficult decision to live alone again. When he announced his decision, Emily and Michael expressed mixed emotions. They said they would miss me, but I could see the relief in their eyes, John observed. Packing his belongings and leaving the home that had been his refuge was bittersweet, but he knew it was necessary for his own peace of mind. Returning to his own home was a stark contrast to the bustling household he had left. Initially, John felt a profound sense of loneliness. The silence was overwhelming, he admitted. I missed the noise and activity, even the arguments. But with time, he began to adjust to the quiet and find solace in his solitude. John took the opportunity to rediscover his passions and interests that had been long neglected. He enrolled in a woodworking class at the local community center, joined a gardening club, and even began volunteering at the library. "I found a new rhythm to my days," he said. "I was no longer just a grandfather or a father-in-law. I was me again." The activities and social interactions brought a new sense of fulfillment and joy to his life. Gradually, John's loneliness was replaced with a sense of independence and empowerment. "I realized that I didn't need to rely on Emily or anyone else to be happy," he reflected. "I had the means and the ability to create a fulfilling life on my own." He began to relish his freedom, enjoying the quiet moments and the ability to make his own decisions without any conflict or compromise. John's story highlights the complex dynamics of multigenerational living and the importance of maintaining one's independence. While living with family can provide support and companionship, it can also lead to unexpected challenges and strains on relationships. John found that his happiness and peace of mind were best preserved by living on his own terms. His journey serves as a reminder that true happiness often comes from within, and that it's never too late to rediscover oneself and embrace independence. "Living alone again wasn't the end of my story," John said with a smile. "It was the beginning of a new chapter, one where I found true contentment and joy in my own company." As life expectancy increases, many elderly individuals find themselves facing similar situations after the loss of a spouse. John's experience underscores the importance of preparing for such eventualities and understanding that living with grown children is not always the best or only option. His story is a testament to the resilience and strength of the human spirit and the ability to find happiness and purpose at any age. In the end, John's tale is a powerful lesson in the value of self-reliance and the fulfillment that comes from living life on your own terms. It's a story that resonates with anyone who has ever faced the challenges of aging and the quest for true happiness in their golden years. Mr. John Turner's journey offers a profound and multifaceted exploration of aging, shedding light on the intricate dynamics of living with grown children and the pursuit of independence. His experiences are a testament to the importance of dignity, financial self-reliance, emotional well-being, respect, adaptability, and the rediscovery of personal identity. Through his story, we gain insight into the challenges and rewards of maintaining autonomy in one's golden years. The story begins with Mr. Turner's transition from a life shared with his beloved wife to the solitude of widowhood. The sudden loss left him adrift, and his daughter, Emily, extended a heartfelt invitation for him to move in with her young family. Initially, this arrangement brought comfort and a sense of purpose. Mr. Turner found solace in helping with his grandson and contributing to the household. The lively environment filled the void left by his wife's absence, creating a temporary balm for his grief. As the months passed, however, the complexities of multigenerational living began to emerge. Mr. Turner, accustomed to his independence, started to feel the subtle erosion of his dignity. The shift from being a self-reliant individual to a dependent family member was disconcerting. He found himself grappling with a loss of autonomy, which was exacerbated by the financial dynamics within the household. While his pension sufficed for his needs, it fell short in a larger family setting, leading to financial tensions and uncomfortable conversations about money. The generational gap between Mr. Turner and his daughter became increasingly apparent. Differences in values, particularly regarding spending habits and child-rearing practices, led to frequent misunderstandings. Mr. Turner, who had grown up in a time of frugality, struggled to comprehend his daughter's more liberal approach to finances. These differences often sparked arguments, leaving Mr. Turner feeling out of place and unappreciated. The once harmonious household grew tense, with unspoken resentments creating a palpable chill. Realizing that the situation was untenable, Mr. Turner made the difficult decision to live alone again. This choice was met with mixed emotions from his family. While they expressed sadness at his departure, there was an undeniable sense of relief. Mr. Turner understood that his presence had become more of a burden than a help. Packing his belongings and leaving the home that had been his refuge was bittersweet, but he knew it was a necessary step for his peace of mind. Returning to his own home presented its own set of challenges. The initial silence was overwhelming, a stark contrast to the bustling household he had left behind. Yet, in this solitude, Mr. Turner found an unexpected opportunity for growth. He began to embrace the quiet, using it as a space for introspection and self-discovery. He rekindled old passions, such as painting and gardening, and explored new interests like community volunteering. These activities not only filled his days, but also brought a renewed sense of fulfillment and joy. Mr. Turner's involvement in community activities played a crucial role in his emotional recovery. He joined local clubs, attended community events, and made new friends who shared his interests. These social engagements provided him with a sense of belonging and purpose, proving that community connections can be incredibly enriching and supportive, particularly for those who live alone. The bonds he formed within his community became a source of strength and companionship, alleviating the loneliness he initially felt. As Mr. Turner settled into his new routine, he began to rediscover his personal identity beyond the roles of father and grandfather. Living with his daughter had often made him feel confined to these roles, but now he was free to explore his own interests and desires. He took up hobbies he had long set aside, indulged in his love for books, and ventured into new creative pursuits. This rediscovery of self was a crucial part of his journey toward finding true contentment and joy. His story underscores the importance of planning for the future, not just financially, but also emotionally and socially. Mr. Turner realized that while financial security is essential, it is equally important to prepare for the possibility of living alone. This preparation involves cultivating personal interests, building social networks, and maintaining a level of independence to ensure a fulfilling life in later years. His experience serves as a reminder that aging should be approached holistically, with attention to all aspects of well-being. In conclusion, Mr. Turner's story is a poignant and insightful illustration of the complexities of aging and the importance of independence. It encourages us to think thoughtfully about our future, to cherish our autonomy, and to seek fulfillment and happiness on our own terms. His journey is a powerful reminder that it is never too late to find joy and purpose, and that sometimes the best company you can have is your own. Through resilience, adaptability, and a commitment to self-discovery, Mr. Turner found a new lease on life, demonstrating that the golden years can indeed be a time of growth, fulfillment, and happiness. Mr. Turner's transition from living with his daughter to embracing life on his own again was marked by both challenges and triumphs. The initial period was particularly tough as he dealt with the pangs of loneliness. The empty house often echoed the vibrant noises of his past life, which sometimes felt too overwhelming. However, rather than succumbing to the solitude, he chose to see it as an opportunity for introspection and growth. In his new routine, Mr. Turner found a deeper connection with his community. He started volunteering at the local library, where he helped organize book clubs and reading sessions. This not only kept him engaged, but also allowed him to share his passion for literature with others. Additionally, he joined a gardening club, where he could exchange tips and stories with fellow enthusiasts. These activities provided structure to his days and a sense of purpose, which was crucial for his emotional well-being. Mr. Turner also made a conscious effort to stay physically active. He began taking daily walks in the nearby park, which not only improved his physical health, but also became a meditative practice. On these walks, he often encountered neighbors and new acquaintances, further expanding his social circle. The regular exercise, combined with the fresh air and interaction with nature, played a significant role in lifting his spirits. Through these experiences, Mr. Turner realized the importance of cultivating a support network outside of his immediate family. He developed friendships that were based on mutual interests and respect, which enriched his life in unexpected ways. These relationships provided him with a sense of community and belonging, alleviating the loneliness that had initially plagued him. Mr. Turner's journey of rediscovery also involved embracing new technologies. He took a course on basic computer skills at the community center, which opened up a whole new world for him. Learning to use the internet allowed him to stay connected with distant relatives and old friends, rekindle past relationships, and even make new connections. This technological savvy also enabled him to explore online courses and hobbies, further enriching his life. Reflecting on his journey, Mr. Turner often emphasized the importance of resilience and adaptability. He understood that life is full of unexpected changes and that the ability to adapt to these changes is crucial for maintaining a positive outlook. His story became a source of inspiration for many in his community, demonstrating that it is possible to find happiness and purpose at any stage of life. In embracing his independence, Mr. Turner also redefined his relationship with his daughter and grandson. The physical distance allowed their bond to evolve into one based on mutual respect and admiration. They visited each other frequently, enjoying each other's company without the underlying tensions that had previously marred their relationship. Mr. Turner found joy in these visits, cherishing the time spent together while also appreciating his own space. Ultimately, Mr. Turner's story is a powerful testament to the human spirit's resilience and the capacity for growth and renewal. It encourages us to face the challenges of aging with courage and optimism, to plan for our future thoughtfully, and to embrace the opportunities for self-discovery and fulfillment that life offers. Through his journey, Mr. Turner discovered that true happiness comes from within, and that the golden years can indeed be a time of remarkable personal growth and joy. 3. Embracing new beginnings and overcoming loneliness. When your spouse leaves, you can choose to maintain your original life rhythm, enjoy loneliness, be your own companion, live a unique and colorful life, stay away from the hustle and bustle, and never be disturbed. But some people are very afraid of loneliness. They can't bear to be alone and need the company of others. They can't live without company, so they choose to enter another marriage. Thomas is an example. After his wife passed away, he thought it was impossible to find another companion. Later, through his son's matchmaking, he met a good woman. Both parties have experience in marriage and know that the most important thing in marriage is to understand and tolerate each other. So they live happily together. Thomas said, "I am 71 years old, a retired teacher. I lost my wife in my 60s due to illness. At that time, I was too lonely, feeling that life was hopeless. My son saw my situation and found a partner for me. Initially, I was hesitant. At this age, I didn't think it was necessary. However, under my son's strong persuasion, I agreed. Now I think it was a wise choice." Many elderly people, once they lose their partner, think of ending their life alone. But no matter how good the past life was, it is just a memory. One should look forward to the future. Love and companionship have no boundaries. My current wife and I get along very well. We have common hobbies, enjoying calligraphy and singing, and going on outings. The days are fulfilling and pleasant. She is also a widow, so she understands my pain. We support each other and feel very fortunate. The story of Thomas provides valuable insights into the experiences and emotions of elderly individuals who find themselves alone after the loss of a spouse. It highlights the importance of companionship and the positive impact it can have on one's life, even in later years. Thomas never imagined that his life would take such a positive turn in his 70s. When his wife passed away, he felt as if a part of him had been irreparably torn away. The house, once filled with shared memories and laughter, now echoed with the haunting silence of absence. Each room was a reminder of what he had lost, and each day seemed to stretch into an endless expanse of loneliness. His son, witnessing his father's descent into solitude, decided to take matters into his own hands. He knew that his father needed someone to share his life with again, someone who could understand his pain and help him find joy once more. After much persuasion, Thomas agreed to meet a woman his son thought would be a good match. Though hesitant and filled with doubts, Thomas decided to take a leap of faith. Meeting her for the first time was a nerve-wracking experience. Both had lived through the joys and sorrows of long marriages, and both had faced the heart-wrenching pain of losing a spouse. Yet, there was an immediate connection, a shared understanding that words could not fully capture. They both knew the value of patience, tolerance, and companionship. Thomas found himself slowly opening up, sharing stories of his late wife, his career as a teacher, and his love for calligraphy and music. To his surprise, she too had a passion for the arts and enjoyed singing. Their shared interests became the foundation of a new and fulfilling relationship. They began spending time together, exploring their hobbies, and finding new adventures to embark upon. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. They discovered the joy of companionship that transcended the boundaries of age. They learned to support each other in ways that only those who have experienced profound loss can. Each outing, each shared activity, was a step toward healing and rediscovering the beauty of life. Thomas often reflected on how fortunate he was to have found love again. He realized that the human heart has an incredible capacity for resilience. Even after experiencing immense grief, it can still find room for new beginnings and new connections. His new relationship was not about replacing the past, but about building a future filled with hope and happiness. Their journey together was not without its challenges. They both had their moments of vulnerability, where memories of their late spouses would bring tears to their eyes. But in those moments, they found solace in each other's presence. They became each other's rock, providing comfort and understanding when it was needed the most. Thomas's story serves as a testament to the enduring power of love and companionship. It reminds us that no matter our age or the losses we have endured, there is always potential for new beginnings. Life, with all its uncertainties, still holds the promise of happiness and fulfillment. In the twilight years of his life, Thomas discovered a newfound appreciation for the simple pleasures. He enjoyed watching the sunset with his new partner, walking through the park, and listening to her sing their favorite songs. Each moment was cherished, each day embraced with gratitude. Through his journey, Thomas learned that giving up on social life was never an option. Embracing the possibility of new beginnings brought him a sense of joy and contentment that he had thought was lost forever. His story is an inspiring reminder that life's beauty lies in its unpredictability and its endless capacity for renewal. Let's analyze a bit this story. Dealing with loneliness. Thomas's story begins with profound loneliness after his wife's passing. This initial feeling is a common experience for many elderly individuals who lose their lifelong partners. It underscores the emotional void that can be difficult to fill and the sense of hopelessness that often accompanies it. Thomas found himself lost in a world that once made perfect sense with his wife by his side. Every corner of his home echoed with memories, making the emptiness even more palpable. The role of family. Thomas's son played a crucial role in helping him find a new partner. This highlights the importance of family support and involvement in the well-being of elderly parents. It shows that family members can significantly impact their loved ones' lives by encouraging and facilitating new relationships and social interactions. His son's persistence and understanding were instrumental in breaking through Thomas's initial resistance to the idea of finding love again. Overcoming hesitation. Initially, Thomas was hesitant to enter into a new relationship, thinking it was unnecessary at his age. This hesitation is understandable, as many elderly individuals may feel that seeking companionship in later years is not a priority. However, his story demonstrates that overcoming this hesitation can lead to unexpected joy and fulfillment. Thomas's initial reluctance gave way to a cautious optimism as he slowly opened himself to the possibilities that lay ahead. The importance of companionship. Thomas's new relationship brought back happiness and a sense of purpose to his life. The companionship he found with his new partner, who also understood his pain, significantly improved his emotional well-being. This highlights the importance of companionship and how it can positively impact the lives of elderly individuals. Their mutual support created a comforting environment where both could thrive. Shared interests and activities. Thomas and his new partner found common hobbies and interests, such as calligraphy, singing, and outings. Engaging in shared activities not only strengthens their bond, but also adds a sense of fulfillment and joy to their daily lives. This aspect of his story emphasizes the importance of finding shared interests and staying active in later years. Their shared passions became the glue that held their blossoming relationship together. Support and understanding. Both Thomas and his new partner were widowed, which provided a mutual understanding of each other's pain and loss. This shared experience helped them support each other, creating a strong foundation for their relationship. It highlights the importance of empathy and understanding in building meaningful connections. The silent understanding between them often spoke louder than words. Looking forward to the future, Thomas's story encourages elderly individuals to look forward to the future, despite the pain and loss they may have experienced. It shows that it is never too late to find happiness and that love and companionship can enrich life at any age. Thomas learned to cherish the present and look forward to the future with hope and excitement. A new chapter begins. Thomas never imagined that his life would take such a positive turn in his 70s. When his wife passed away, he felt as if a part of him had been irreparably torn away. The house, once filled with shared memories and laughter, now echoed with the haunting silence of absence. Each room was a reminder of what he had lost, and each day seemed to stretch into an endless expanse of loneliness. Taking a leap of faith, his son, witnessing his father's descent into solitude, decided to take matters into his own hands. He knew that his father needed someone to share his life with again, someone who could understand his pain and help him find joy once more. After much persuasion, Thomas agreed to meet a woman his son thought would be a good match. Though hesitant and filled with doubts, Thomas decided to take a leap of faith. A connection is made. Meeting her for the first time was a nerve-wracking experience. Both had lived through the joys and sorrows of long marriages, and both had faced the heart-wrenching pain of losing a spouse. Yet, there was an immediate connection, a shared understanding that words could not fully capture. They both knew the value of patience, tolerance, and companionship. Embracing new experiences, Thomas found himself slowly opening up, sharing stories of his late wife, his career as a teacher, and his love for calligraphy and music. To his surprise, she too had a passion for the arts and enjoyed singing. Their shared interests became the foundation of a new and fulfilling relationship. They began spending time together, exploring their hobbies, and finding new adventures to embark upon. Growing stronger together, their bond grew stronger with each passing day. They discovered the joy of companionship that transcended the boundaries of age. They learned to support each other in ways that only those who have experienced profound loss can. Each outing, each shared activity, was a step toward healing and rediscovering the beauty of life. The resilience of the heart. Thomas often reflected on how fortunate he was to have found love again. He realized that the human heart has an incredible capacity for resilience. Even after experiencing immense grief, it can still find room for new beginnings and new connections. His new relationship was not about replacing the past, but about building a future filled with hope and happiness. Cherishing each moment. In the twilight years of his life, Thomas discovered a newfound appreciation for the simple pleasures. He enjoyed watching the sunset with his new partner, walking through the park, and listening to her sing their favorite songs. Each moment was cherished, each day embraced with gratitude. Embracing the unpredictable beauty of life. Through his journey, Thomas learned that giving up on social life was never an option. Embracing the possibility of new beginnings brought him a sense of joy and contentment that he had thought was lost forever. His story is an inspiring reminder that life's beauty lies in its unpredictability and its endless capacity for renewal. These three elderly individuals offer their profound insights on navigating the complexities of life after a spouse's departure. They emphasize the importance of not succumbing to prolonged grief, as life is fleeting and maintaining strength is paramount. They advise against over-relying on children, reminding us that our well-being brings them peace of mind. Furthermore, they suggest seeking companionship when loneliness becomes unbearable, acknowledging the unpredictable nature of the future and the endless possibilities it holds. Their wisdom underscores that, regardless of who departs first, it is essential for the surviving partner to live with resilience and vitality. They share that when a spouse passes away, it is crucial to avoid dwelling in sorrow for an extended period. Life is inherently short, and embracing inner strength becomes the key to moving forward. Additionally, they caution against becoming too dependent on one's children, who have their own lives and responsibilities. Living well, they argue, provides a sense of security and comfort to our loved ones. They also highlight the importance of companionship, suggesting that it is entirely acceptable to seek another relationship if loneliness becomes overwhelming. The future remains uncertain, and countless possibilities await those who embrace them. Ultimately, their collective wisdom emphasizes the necessity for the surviving spouse to continue living robustly and with purpose, regardless of the challenges faced. We hope this video provides valuable insights for your life. Don't forget to like, share with your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content that will help you lead a better life. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.